how's it going? Marcelo here.
And I'm Wes.
Here we are again. Super Smash Brothers. Oh my god, so I went back right before recording this, and we did our very first video. It was an E3 coverage video, back from Arc 1, E3 2013. Smash Brothers Wii U and 3DS. That was posted July 1st, 2013. Just over 5 years ago. That's fucking crazy. And you already know how that all went down, because as we kept covering the game video after video, there were just things that I personally as a fan didn't really like agree with or see eye to eye with. It was just creative decisions and whatnot, mainly revolving around characters, mode choices, taking out modes, story mode, and stuff like that. But Nintendo surprised us this year with it was first really revealed in a random direct right before E3, and then during this year's E3, we got so much more coverage on Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. This is the 5th installment on the Switch, and I fucking love it. Now, of course, I don't want to get... He's even telling me, don't get too into it yet, because even though they showed off a lot, down to just how it was revealed back in the direct, how they went about showing us the bigger things about this one that separates it from the others that we saw during this E3 showcase. All things considered, I'm thinking that at least so far what I can say is that this game is being handled better than the last one. You think back to 2011 when they were like, oh hey, Smash Brothers is coming to Wii U and 3DS. They had nothing. After that it was nothing. People still cheered, but there was nothing. And in that direct they came out swinging like, hey, here's some Splatoon 2 stuff, DLC, story stuff, and then here's some more Splatoon. Oh no, it's not Splatoon, it's Smash Brothers. So that got a lot of people like, whoa, caught off guard.
Yeah, so there's the tagline for this game, for Ultimate. It feels ultimate because everybody's in the game.
Yes.
You want Snake? You got Snake.
You want Bayonetta? She's back.
Yeah,
like,
she's back.
Everyone who has ever been in any of these past 4 Smash Brothers games are all back in Ultimate.
Even like some new characters again, like the Splatoon characters.
Including Ridley, which people have been wanting since the last game. And I'm glad that they addressed the clone characters, and they called them Echo Fighters in this one. that's what they're known as. And with that, they introduced Daisy into the game, so now she's a playable character as Peach's Echo Fighter, so that's really cool. So 3 new characters right off the bat from this E3 showcase, and getting to see the game in action. It was so cool. You played day 2 and day 3. I played all 3 days.
Yeah.
It's fun. It's fun.
It's a really fun game. Yeah. I'm still shit at it though, so...
You did alright enough. I mean, it's not like you were like completely lost almost, especially because you never really played Smash with the Pro controller before. It was always the GameCube controller or something like that, so...
Well, that, and then I just don't really play Smash...
Like enough.
Like, a lot. I don't even really play it a whole lot, and I don't really... Especially with, like, pros. You notice me because I'm falling off the stage a lot. I fucking suck at Smash.
Well, it's funny because...
That's just how it's going to be.
Well, it's funny because the first day that I played it, I had gotten the that early ticket deal that they were doing, and so I got to play. If you remember the layout, and if you've seen the video of E3, the layout of the way Nintendo's area was structured, a lot of it was dedicated to Smash, and they had the main little booths on the floor, and then up top they had those against the wall. They had those ones. I went on that one for day 1, and then we were on the floor for day 2 and 3. And even day 1, I mean, I was playing with guys who were just super casual about it and weren't the best either, you know. But the point was that we all still had fun with it, and it wasn't anything that was... No one was criticizing, no one was like faking the fun. Like, you can tell we were genuinely having a good time.
Well, yeah, but I think it's because, like, oh, hey, we're all gonna be able to play fucking Smash early.
Yeah.
Fuck it.
Yeah, the hype is also definitely a factor.
Oh yeah, and then like even with like they're showing of didn't they have an E3 showcase for like for like the Smash tournament?
Yes, the Invitational.
Yeah, the Invitational. Yeah.
I didn't watch it all. I watched about half of it, but yeah, that was.
Yeah, no, I remember I was here and we were watching it. It looked like pretty good.
That was hype.
Oh yeah, no, dude.
Because we could have went to that in person, but because we didn't need anything specific, it didn't cost anything. You just had to have your badge, but like it was in some other theater around the area outside of.
Yeah.
So I was like.
Yeah, no, and even with like video games, like especially with those invitationals, those are fun to watch and shit. I'm going on a little bit of a tangent, but it's just kind of a little bit because it's actually kind of funny how big gaming is really getting. I was at work and on ESPN. I was watching Overwatch gameplay. They had Overwatch gameplay on ESPN. So, yeah, so that kind of got me thinking, it's like, what if they have Smash on here, just like fucking one day when I'm at work? That'd be interesting.
See, it's really cool. It's interesting, too, to think about it like that, because you would think that they would already have, you know, in this modern age of how games are like this big thing, especially for tournaments and for broadcasting. It's essentially our nerdy sports. It's like you watch NFL, you watch the Super Bowl, you watch NBA. We watch fucking those kinds of tournaments and shit. And I remember we actually watched the Invitational, I think fully, you know, all the way through for the last game. Or it was the Nintendo World Championship, something like that.
Oh,
you were over and we watched that. It was you, me, and Victor. And so you would think they would have like TV channels dedicated, like ESPN, to like show, you know, just here's tournaments and stuff of like, you know, I don't know, that'd be kind of cool. But point being, and that's actually a good point that you bring up because it does transition back into Smash Ultimate, in the fact that Sakurai built Smash Ultimate to be competitive, which is very ironic because I remember hearing him say a lot in like videos and in articles and stuff back in the day. He had said that he couldn't really see it getting to that competitive level, and he never had that in mind while making the first couple Smash Brothers games. But seeing as how, I don't know how it clicked, but something went in with the last game, and it was at, I think, EVO, and it was at all these other tournaments and stuff, just because fans got it there. And so he saw that reception and said, okay, so now this next one is gonna be, we're gonna go all fucking in on that. And you can just see from the one-on-one, one player versus one player, PvP basically, like timed matches. Every time you die on, like, I was gonna say stock, it's timed. When you die in time matches, the scoreboard comes up on the screen, and that's in-game. So that's a very kind of almost tournament-esque theme that they added in there. And just how frantic it feels. Like, people, they really took into consideration that the fans wanted a Smash game for the modern day that had the speed of Melee. And that's what prompted like Project M from Brawl. And they liked how Brawl kind of evolved off of Melee, but to people, the general consensus is that Brawl was one of the slower Smash games, and therefore kind of people's least favorite. Still my favorite, so I don't give a fuck, but like, they saw the potential with Smash 4, but I guess it wasn't quite there. So Sakurai was like, okay, we're gonna make the gameplay frantic in Ultimate, and they added a lot of more technical things, which I did not really get into on my own Destination Mark videos. A couple of those will be linked down below, but yeah.
See, I knew he would be making a whole shit ton of videos just on his fucking channel.
Yeah, like, I needed to save some things for this, but then, like, I don't want to repeat myself on this, full-heartedly in case people are coming from Destination Mark, but, yeah, I don't know what else to say. It's looking good. It's just the way it's being handled, all these little things that I was nitpicking over and just very like about with the last one, they're tidying it up. It seems like they're down to the fact that I didn't even think Sakurai was going to make another Smash Brothers. If you read some more modern articles about what the fuck he went through from the last one, he like fucked his wrist up or something, and he was like getting sick like constantly during the last one's development. And it's like, dude, don't pressure yourself. Like, the base game came out, and then he was doing all this fucking DLC with all these like at least another almost 10 characters being added as DLC, and then it's like, oh my god, like, stop now, we're good.
You really don't know what fucking working in Japan's like. They fucking do that shit all the time. That's just the norm.
It's fucking nuts, though. It's like, oh my God.
I'm suffering from stage 5 cancer.
But this DLC has to come out right now.
I still have to work on this DLC.
It's unreal, though, but it's like...
Fucking, I could see them like going through surgery and shit. It's like the doctor's going through like 5 surgeries simultaneously, and all of them are still kind of white,
still enough to like.
And then it's like he's still doing like the coding and all that stuff. A few of them are having fucking business meetings. It's like, hey, how's your surgery going?
He's going okay? Like he's FaceTiming.
Oh, he's FaceTiming. It's like, hey, so how's the anesthesia? It's like, that's good. Yeah.
But anyway, so like...
I need to do the DLC.
It was funny though, because with him feeling that way, I was like, after Wii U and 3DS, like, that was a big Smash Brothers game right there. I was like, if they're gonna go above and beyond, and trust me, they will, and trust me, they are, with this one being, you know, here now, I was like, I don't see it coming out anytime soon, and the last bit of DLC, which was the Bayonetta stuff and all of that, and Corrin and Cloud, for Wii U and 3DS, that was all, like, I think late 2015 or like early 2016. So it's been just barely like 2 to 3-ish years. And in that time, they took what was great about the visuals and aesthetics and whatnot from the last game, bumped up the gameplay to feel as frantic as Melee, added so much more, changed up a lot of the characters. I mean, at this point, everyone's a veteran. There's only 3 newcomers right now at the time of this episode. So with only 3 newcomers and everyone else is a veteran, it's like, I was like, how are you going to change up the veterans to make this really feel bigger than the last games? Because I didn't feel like they changed enough of the veterans from the last one. And it's just they had a whole section dedicated to that. All the changes they made to like nearly every character. Whether it's aesthetic, cosmetic, or like just the tiniest things, or people's final smashes are finally gaining, you know, buffs and getting changed up and stuff like that, and just it's all coming together, and it's awesome. Like they're addressing so much that we wanted addressed, and that I personally, for my own little bullshit, wanted addressed from the last one. So I'm a happy camper. Like it's looking good so far. And from what we played, it feels and looks just like the last game. Which that was one of the things I've said. I'm on record saying that, like, of all the stuff I didn't like and nitpicked and bitched about from the last game, the one thing I was like, of course it's good, is the gameplay, because it's still Smash Brothers. So the identity was never lost. I never was one of those ones I was like, oh, this is not my Smash Brothers. It's just little bullshit things with the characters and stuff I didn't agree with.
This isn't fucking Melee. This game's trash.
Yeah, no. Some people do think that way. If it's not Melee, it might as well be shit. That's why so many people were all about Project M and stuff like that. And
I feel like they kind of had to address that with this game. It's like, oh hey, we did the gameplay a little bit more frantic, just like you.
Because those voices got so loud. It's like we want a game as fast as Melee again, and this is it.
And it's like, we listened to all you Melee boys. You got your gameplay back. You could shut the fuck up.
I mean, not everyone who's a Melee fan is like that, but there is, I'm pretty sure, a vocal majority out there that's like, we want Melee again, and it's like.
All the Melee fans is like, we're not like that at all. Fuck you. Get this fucking Brawl.
As I say, they're the ones that don't really like Brawl that much. It's like, that's why we have Project M, because they wanted to make Brawl more like Melee. But anyway, like, what else is there to say? Like, there's so much that we haven't even, there's still surprises that I know for a fact that they're working on right now that are going to probably blow us away even further. If there's anything I had to speculate on or give expectations further on, because all my expectations for the game, I made a top 5 hopes list on Destination Mark, and then I made a follow-up thoughts video that was it's a 2-parter on the channel, and the second part was about what the game that we've seen so far addressed from my hopes video.
Oh my goodness.
Which are my expectations.
I just had like a little bubble of thought because I was thinking, oh yeah, Ryu's in the cast, right?
Yeah.
So since Ryu's a part of the cast and he's a big character in Capcom's lineup, I'm just thinking of some crazy stuff. And you can disagree with me all you want, but I want like a Monster Hunter in that game. Well, as just like DLC. It doesn't even have to be a main game character.
Okay, well, see, Monster Hunter is when we have themes like Shulk and Bayonetta and Cloud and stuff in there right now, that's honestly not too far out there for thinking because
I know.
Because Monster Hunter #1 has quite a history on Nintendo consoles. It's got what
definitely.
Generations Ultimate, which we'll be going over soon, it was on the Switch. I watched you play it.
Oh yeah, I played that game 5 times by the way. So that'll be in the video.
Was it across all 3 days, or was it like the second and third days? Or?
It was more just like the first and second day. I didn't really get to play on the third day.
So stuff like that. Yeah, no, that's. I thought you were gonna say like Dante or something, because he's Capcom too, isn't he?
Yeah, he's also Capcom, but I wouldn't
But
really say.
That's been exclusive, hasn't it, for the most part?
He hasn't really been on Nintendo consoles. He's been more a PlayStation character than anything.
Yeah.
I think he's actually in PlayStation All-Stars.
Yeah, that's right.
That's how big of a
the
PlayStation
remastered version, but yeah.
The way Monster Hunter is Monster Hunter has been more of a Nintendo game than a PlayStation game. Like the first few games were on the PlayStation and PSP, but then like the more recent number of games.
Once you go multi-platform, that's the history of being on something like Nintendo, which can still validate you if it's...
Yeah, and I'm just thinking like a really cool Smash for like the Monster Hunter Hunter. Like for the Monster Hunter, like fucking just throws a great sword, like uses the hammer to launch someone up, and then fucking Rathalos just comes and just fucking tackles them onto the ground. And right as they're about to hit the ground, a fucking Diablos just shoots up and just fucking launches them into the fucking air. That'd be cool.
Yeah, but the Final Smashes, they've changed. Some of the same, like Mario's is still the same, but I'm pretty sure we'll still see some kind of a difference with it. They said that if anyone has the kind of same-ish Final Smash that they've had for like ever across since Brawl, it will still have some kind of cosmetic or some otherly difference to it. Otherwise, most like Bowser's is still Giga Bowser, but he appears behind the stage and just like smacks you right into the screen. So it's an instant like screen KO, and stuff like that. Like they're different. Pac-Man's just flies around the stage. Sonic's you don't control. Like Sonic's and Pikachu's still are aesthetically the same, where you just get to fly around everywhere, but they're automatic now. You don't get to control them. So all characters whose Final Smashes used to be able to control, like Bowser's, Little Max, Wario's, like those are all now like everyone else's Final Smash in terms of it's either a cutscene that just shows the stuff happening, or it's still in game, but you can't control it. It's automatic. But they did that specifically to again keep the gameplay fluid and not break it up as much. So I get why they did, and it's still a welcome change because it's in fact a change. So it still works in terms of being a bit different. So they thought of all this stuff. They thought this all through. And in terms of so speculations on who they can possibly bring into Smash Brothers for more newcomers. Wes already got his piece in, and I'm still thinking I'm still gonna fucking vote Shantae because she still has a really cool. She could have a really cool fighting style. She's cartoony enough to fit in the world, and there's a lot you can do with that. Crash has gotten a resurgence in being plausible for an entry because not only does he have history on Nintendo platforms once he went multi-platform way back with Wrath of Cortex, but Insane Trilogy is now on the Switch and it is getting more praise than it has when it first launched on PS4 last year. So it was a 1-year timed exclusive deal on the PS4, and then come late June of this year, it went multi-platform Xbox One, PC, Switch, and the Xbox One version still works like the PS4 version, so it's not getting talked about too much. But on the Switch, even with it being a bit downgraded on the graphics, it still performs well. The patches and stuff they made and fixes, small ones they made, faster loading times and whatnot, it's still good. And people who don't want to or just couldn't afford a PS4 but somehow got their hands on the Switch can still play these games, and it opens it up to a more broader audience. And so that all to say that Crash is once again performing well on a Nintendo console, which again makes him valid for, as they call it, hashtag Crash for Smash. So that could be a thing at some point too. We'll have to see. So it's either Shantae or Crash for me. For you, it's someone from Monster Hunter, which can still definitely make sense and work. So yeah, is there anything else you want to say about Smash Ultimate?
No, I'm good.
Good. Verdict.
I give it a 4.5 out of 5. I'll reserve judgment for that other 0.5 until the game comes out.
Yeah, that's gonna have to. That's fucking. It's a hard decision, but I have to make that. Yes, for me, it's also a 4.5 out of 5 because I'm hyped. Like this, you understand? I haven't been this hyped since Brawl because even though it seemed when you first watched that episode 3 of Trash Talk from way back when, we were still starting out, so we probably didn't seem hyped. But I, for one, even back then, was still pretty hyped for the last game. This one, just when they went all in, I felt the energy, and I was like, okay, they're going in, they're going balls to the wall, they're trying to do all this shit that they probably just couldn't in the last ones, or didn't think of doing until now. So I'm back in it, but we're not gonna make like 50,000 fucking videos on Ultimate. If anything, I'll probably just update it the once in the Arc 7 if there's even anything to say. If not, the game's coming out in December. Okay, so it's a this year release. It's 2018 release.
I liked how they planned it just for Christmas.
Of course. It's December 8th, so
which
it's
leads
not
to the
quite.
perfect explosion.
Yeah.
Do you want to get smashed for Christmas, or do you want to get smashed?
Yeah. So yeah, we're not gonna go through like 3 to 4 fucking years of like, okay, here's some more info, here's some more info.
That'll be a fucking video. Me and you playing fucking Super Smash Bros. Ultimate while also being smashed.
Okay. Thank you guys for watching. I'm Marcelo.
And I want to be smashed.
Yeah,
Or smashed.
I can tell. We'll see you guys later. Take care. Oh, God.